different scenarios and the points involved.
All right, the first one we have here is just stacking 3 totes up together. This we found was the simplest for our robot to perform. However, it only gets us 6 points total from two of each.
And the second scenario we came up with was stacking 3 totes, but then adding the recycling bin on top, which we are really liking because it's giving us the 18 points with the totes and the recycling bin without having to go for a pool noodle.
In which case, if we were to go for the pool noodle, we would be scoring 24 points with the scenario 2 total along with the 6 points from the noodle. So that actually gives us the most points out of all of the conceivable ideas we have here.
And then our last scenario has only 1 tote, 1 recycling bin, and a pool noodle, giving us 12 points, which we haven't found very viable.
Basically what we've determined in scenario 1, it's a lot of work to stack 3 totes, we presume, and you're only getting a 6 points out of it. To us, it wasn't worth it. Then when you get to scenario 2, you add the recycling bin, you instantly go from 6 to 18 by stacking 1 more item. To us, that felt like it was much better. Scenario 3, adding the pool noodle, to me, it didn't seem to be that much of a benefit. If you've got 3 totes, and the 3 totes are much more valuable than the pool noodle, and the pool noodle requires a different type of mechanism than, say, the recycling bin and totes. We think it would require a different mechanism. In scenario 4, stacking only 1 tote, we've only got access to 7 total recycling bins, so wasting it on 1 tote only adds 4 points to 1 tote. It didn't seem valuable to us. So what we decided to approach when designing a robot, we want to attack scenario 2. We want to get 3 totes and then a recycling bin on top. We think in the regional level, 3 stacks of 3 totes with a recycling bin on top, which would equal 56 points. We feel like that would win. An average of 56 would be enough to get into the elimination round. It would show that you've got a quality robot. And at a elimination level, at a regional, I think 4 totes could be more normal. You get to the World Championship stage, maybe even 5 totes, but I mean, we can't really know that yet. But we're thinking the totes with the recycling bin on top is the way to go.
Plus the mechanism that we've come up with for scoring totes and recycling bins is the same. So it allows us to have very minimal changes between the two and very simple design that will be more consistent and reliable.
All right, so our other mechanism for grabbing the tote essentially involves a pneumatic cylinder, 2 motors, a belt, and its grippers. So this pneumatic cylinder will extend out, so these will go out to about 28 inches, meaning we could grab the tote wide or narrow. And then the belts up here, they're operated independently. We've got 1 mini sim motor on each of them, and they can move the box where we need them. It'll go up and down on our elevator. It's an older iteration. It's got multiple stages, so it won't actually look like that. One concern that we have at this point is the torsion that we've got on this mechanism right here. One solution that we have for it is either a counterweight or some sort of surgical tubing connecting to our frame. It's something we can figure out. The overall idea is that there's a greater margin of error on this one than there is with the pincher, with the forearm, because with the forearm you've got about a 1/2 inch to get the little hook in there, whereas with this you've got a 28-inch width going up to a 17-inch width. You've got a little bit more play there. That's our yet to be named with a cool name mechanism. Hopefully it'll work out.